Welcome to AgostoAllElite podcast. Today, this is the first time episode returning to the podcast this Saturday. We'll be talking about Vince McMahon selling WWE to Saudi Arabia, Stephanie resigned, WWE turned upside down, and a lot more to come right now on this podcast. Let's go on with the Raw recap show. Let's get to it right about now. And my co-host partner, my guest, he will come later on. I promise you, so let's get to it. Alright, we got the Raw recap. Kevin Owens versus Baron Corbin. Owens came out at the top of the show. He began to talk about how he'll face Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. Interrupted by JBL. Also, immediately, this led to Baron Corbin coming out to take out KO in a match. The poker aficionado took control early, but Owens is rarely one of his opponents keep on their hand for a long. Mention made Corbin hit his shoulder into the ring post for the show cut the break. While honestly this match had good energy, lacked any major mistakes, it felt to me very painted by the numbers. Nothing about really stood out as memorable. It was filler, but it was not that bad filler. So, KO was able to score a win, but the celebration was cut for short when the Bloodline attacked on the red side. The Usos Solo Sikoa may have gotten a jump on him. Owens grabbed the chair, beating him anyway to be the last man standing in the ring. That was pretty much you go for the segment. Alright, it's Bayley versus Mia Yim. Bayley was out first with Dakota Kai, Io Sky by her side, take on the OC's newest members. Maya, Mitchin, Yim. What the fuck is Mitchin? Like a bitch or something? Anyway, the Royal Mount ended up sending their damage control teammates away so he could have the night off. Bayley went right after Yim once the ref called for the bell, but Mitchin was able to rebound and take her down with neckbreaker. They fought through a commercial break. We returned to see Yim on the defense, beginning to make a comeback of first strikes. The match started out unwell enough, but ended up being a bit clunky in the second half. Bayley scored a win by using the ropes for leverage when she went for pin. So yeah, that was pretty much clunky best. But anyway, we got Candice LeRae versus Rhea Ripley, another women's match. Candice LeRae was giving an interview backstage about looking forward to the Royal Rumble when she was confronted by Rhea Ripley. This led to meeting for a match in the second half of the show. The Poison Pixie managed to bring Ripley to the corner by elbowing her with strikes, but the Eradicator caught her off mid-rope and slammed her to the mat. Ripley had control until Ray took her down with a suplex, but didn't take very long to regain momentum. This was a physical, entertaining bout that's definitely showing what we saw. But the first side, despite being shorter than the other, out of the other two contests, something is simple better. Yeah. Maybe. We go to Sikoa versus Dolph Ziggler. The Usos were allowed to leave the arena following the attack on Owens, but Adam Pearce forced Sikoa to stick around so he could face Dolph Ziggler. The show jumped right off the top of Sikoa as soon as the ref called for the bell. After Sarai's onslaught, the Street Champion knocked him down with a shoulder tackle. While Ziggler put up a great fight, it shows Sikoa has number for most of the match. This was more competitive than most of the bouts on this week's show. Felt like both guys were holding back for some reason. Ziggler hit most of his big moves, but Sikoa was able to score the win with a huge right hand out of nowhere. So yeah, that was a big matchup. Now we go to the tag team turmoil. Following episode of The Miz TV with the Judgment Day, we saw Finn Balor, Damian Priest take on Cross and Luke Gallows on the first battle of the tag team main event. Turnabout, Dom helped the team steal win by tripping Anderson so Balor could roll him up. The next duo entered the match was Sandra Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. They put up a decent fight but were eventually eliminated. Then we go to Chad Gable Otis, where next up take a visible tired Balor and Priest. The fun portion of the match was they all ended up being put down by the Judgment Day. The Irishman rolled out of the ring and looked at the ringside doctors. Pierce came out down and said they don't want to forfeit, then Don had to take Balor's place. Priest agrees, so the match continued with the Street Profits. And the ending Gauntlet style contest ended up being either too long or too short. It's honestly hard to find a balance. They did a good job keeping the Judgment Day in from the start to the finish, even as one of the participants changed toward the end. With a little help on the ropes, Dom was able to score the pin on the floor to win the match and next shot the tag team titles. So yeah, that was pretty much Raw. The recap, it was a pretty weak episode. Raw had a weak episode. And I'm just saying out loud, it's like, yeah, it's pretty much a weak episode. The women's match, Bayley was clunky. And honestly, Balor getting injured wasn't pretty much okay. I understand with Dominic and Dominic doing a thug shit, like he's a thug or something. Honestly, like Dominic still sucks as a wrestler. I'm just saying this right now. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. He still sucks as a wrestler. Dominic Mysterio still sucks as a wrestler. Alright, let's go to Dynamite recap. Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page to start the show. Let me get to the thing. I'm sorry. Okay. Moxley, okay. Hangman Page signed all doubters with an effective victory of Moxley Knights over the contest. So with the fans launches slowly behind Hangman fought through Moxley. Tent explodes, previously injured. He has everything threatened by the former AEW World Champ for engaging him in a strike-heavy exchange blade. Stunning Moxley. Page corked one blast buckshot lariat to flatten his opponent, scored a pinfall victory. Honestly, this was a hellish fight. In my book, the two guys do not like each other. With some jaw-dropping physical, the last lariat appeared to have broken Moxley's nose, adding to the theme of the match. Page needed the win after waiting too long. He earned a signature victory over the hottest star of pro wrestling in 2022. When this takes him move forward, reigns to be seen, but he cannot begin rehabbing a character that was hurt by creating him a year ago. Yeah, pretty much. Adam Cole returns. Yeah, let's go to that segment. Adam Cole returns. Adam Cole returns. Honestly, an Adam Cole return, that would be something amazing. Let's go to it anyway. For the first time since August, Adam Cole returned to AEW television, heading the ring for the emotional promo. The former Ring of Honor Steve World Champion revealed their long journey back, revealing that he has returned, which is bad news for the AEW locker room. Cole was a total babyface here, thinking the fans and play at the ground TF for them. Then the business right call for him, given his popularity from the first time set through the curtain All Out 2021. Reception received following his return from the absence with a heel world champion of a major villainous faction at Jericho Appreciation Society, playing opponents for a babyface club. And when the opportunity arises, turning back. He is adaptable, good in the ring, perpetually old right now. Tony Khan's a second chance to book him over the high-profile main event traction as he's rather than secondary figure he was prior to his departure. So yeah, pretty much Adam Cole returned. He is back. He is coming to AEW. He's back. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, like, I feel bad for his injuries and stuff, but the fact is, Adam Cole is back. That is what it is. Adam Cole, baby. Alright, we got Jungle Boy and Hook versus Big Bill Lee Moriarty. Okay, after weeks of teasing Hook, superplexing Big Bill, AEW fans got everything when they wanted with FTIA champion. With Jungle Boy, the Battle Bill's partner in the firm, Lee Moriarty. The heels control early, escalating Jungle Boy into the hot tub. The Hook sparked the baseball comeback, delivered a long way suplex, nervous pop, and choked down Moriarty to secure the victory. An unoffensive match. It was really about one spot, but Bill bumped huge for his opponent. Then Jungle Boy's official expressions. This will probably be visited, at least Hook Jungle Boy team will be, but it would hardly be a bad thing when one and done. Yeah, man, it really is part of get our team at this point. So yeah, that was pretty much a tag team match. Jungle Boy Hook got their revenge against Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty tapped out. Big Bill still looks strong. He's big and tall. Let's go. Alright, next match. On to it. For that, what do I think about Jungle Boy Hook as a team? Like Jungle Hook is a good team name, I know it's like a throw it together team, but still, it's basically be a good team if you think about it. Like, what if Jungle Hook face the Young Bucks for the tag belts? Like, what if Jungle Hook faces the Hardys? Jeff Hardy's on trials, that's a maybe. Maybe Jungle Hook versus Lucha Bros. Jungle Hook versus House of Black. Jungle Hook. How about for a wild card? Jungle Hook versus the Usos, like a Forbidden Door kind of story. Or how about Jungle Hook versus the Gorillas of Destiny? You know what I'm saying? Jungle Hook is sweet and fine. Like dandy. So let's go to... Alright, next match is Bryan Danielson versus Konosuke Takahashi. Bryan Danielson and Konosuke Takahashi were scheduled for a show-stealing one-on-one encounter, saying not Dynamite. But NJ cannot stop, so ejecting early with a pre-match promo. Danielson ultimately interrupted AEW World Champ, proceeded to take fight to Ishida. When Stu were a brilliant wrestling bout was silently put over the intense motivation of prospect number one contender, Tennessee, and the resilience of the young opponent, you know what I'm saying? The American Dragon shook off a period of potential serious knee injury, stopped away at Teixeira, but submitted him to the Regal stretch. It's a nice ode to the mentor and the man in the center feud with MJF. The expectation this match was lovely due to the quality of Dance and Takashi's work and the live up to them. This was hard hitting, featured some great sequences, reversal en route to the finish. Saw the right guy go over, not without effect to establish his opponent at the start of the future. If dancers like to go consistently producing bangers like this, the road to a showdown with MJF is going to be a worrying one for AEW fans. So, pretty much we're going to have future Bryan Danielson versus MJF at Revolution. It'll be an Iron Man match, so it's happy Iron Man rules applied. So, pretty much, Iron Man rules, and it makes sense. So, we got Saraya and Tony Starr versus Britt Baker and Jay Haiti, alleged Mercedes Moe bullshit. Let's get to that. You guys should have took a subject to demand Tony Stark best was the world last week ago, and the presence of the ringside led to the downfall of her associates. Late in the wild, a highly competitive match, she just slid her trademark kendo stick to the square circle, only for Britt Baker to use it on Storm to prevent it for her and AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter. There were so many people accepting Mercedes Moe to make her debut that's hung over this match like a dark cloud. The crowd was red hot for Hayter. Reaction to the match was hard to work for all the hurt situation from the moment it never came. It's a shame because the story of she being so determined, friends who were valued to Saraya, only accident leader to defeat, was only done led to a fully fledged heel turn from home with his champion down the line. This need money because everyone has delivered a solid match, which is enhanced by storytelling. So yeah, it's basically we don't need money. It sucks. Money will come. It will happen. So give it time. So later on. So yeah. Okay, Joe appreciates the side segment. So we're only a few days of 2023. Ray had a candidate for the worst promo segment of the year. We agree. The JS were bagatoshless and celebratory as they took to the square circle for promo segment. Matt Menner put over JS, hurling Starks through a table while Jericho celebrated sending Action Andrade back to the minor leagues. Except he did it, the babyface erupted, and one of the worst back-to-back forces shoot down the usual Strong Tigers elevated segment that appeared doomed from the start. Andrade did not come across particularly likable. Starks fumbled his words a couple of times. The most memorable came, of course, of Jake Hager. It was an effective segment that could have been spared to have a quick backstage promo to set up versus Hager for next week. So yeah, it was his worst promo. I don't know what went wrong. Like, Jericho lost his touch, and he's getting old. He's pretty much getting old. Best the 7 series with the AEW Women World Trios titles, the Elite versus Death Triangle. The best of 7 series with the AEW World Trios Championship came to a much near conclusion in the Wednesday's main event, with the Elite particularly defeating Death Triangle to regain the gold. Spots with displays of incredible athleticism and creativity. There's no night work and the risk that went into executing them. The pristine no teams did. Still, this felt more of a scene as seen throughout the series. Abundance of frequently made spots. Some overactive by one participant, particularly dazing offense from the Young Bucks. Even better suit from the underrated Pac. Like Pac or something. Like Pac does his shit, And you like Pac what does his shit. He does high five, yeah. The team were all expected to win something, all right with the World AEW or something like that. So who the Elite moves on to feud next remains to be seen. But it'll probably be a group like House of Black, leads at least 45 pass for Omega and Bucks and attempt to establish themselves as the greatest trio over time. A great match probably, but it's time to retire this matchup and for the Elite to switch things up with something more than a chaotic party-style tag match that's been perfected. So yeah, that should have been retired. Honestly, that's my opinion. Dynamite episode was okay. It was great. It sucks with us Monet. A little bad promo here or there, but it was good, the Dynamite, regardless. So let's go to SmackDown now. Okay, let's get to the SmackDown recap now. As we promised, the Intercontinental Championship match, Braun Strowman versus Gunther. On paper, Braun Strowman appeared to be the toughest test to date for Intercontinental Champion Gunther. In reality, he also was. Strowman overcame a damaged left shoulder, put up a fight against the ring general, scored a few near falls on him. The alert Gunther recovered and brought Strowman out of the corner and drove him to the mat with a powerbomb for the hard-fought victory. This was honestly my book, one of Strowman's best performance, undoubtedly fueled by his hometown crowd in Green Bay. He was motivated, matched Gunther's intensity, did not look out of place. Like, he didn't look out of place. Basically, like, he was a hometown crowd. He was, for this night, he was basically the hometown hero. He was basically the hometown hero for this night. So, yeah. Honestly, yeah. And he, like him or not, honestly, he was excellent here. It shows a flash of Strowman that wins fans over back in 2017. Have him thinking he was the face of the WWE's future. While Gunther continued his hot streak, adding another banger of a match while cementing himself as one of the top in-ring performers of his generation. His run with the IC title has done wonders for the particular championship, and perhaps more importantly, helped to solidify his connection with the audience. So yeah, So, alright, next, Karrion Kross puts Rey Mysterio to sleep. Okay, Rey Mysterio attempts to discuss the heartache he experienced over the holidays, his ongoing rivalry with son Dominic. Instead, he was interrupted by the Karrion Kross and Scarlett, the former taunted the future Hall of Famer, criticizing him as a father. It eventually sparked the fire in Mysterio, whose attack fell victim to interference by Scarlett and Kross dragged her from his new foe. This was a solid promo segment and it established Kross as a new big bad for Mysterio to overcome while putting other feud Dominic at the forefront even while the second journey of wrestling around. Kross really needed this program. The feud with Drew McIntyre was solid but petered out by the time two clashed at Crown Jewel. Against someone as beloved as Mysterio, Kross could establish himself as a top-tier bad guy, a role Triple H has clearly seen himself in dating back his days at NXT. So yeah, like, Kross should be a top-tier bad guy. That's what I see. His attempt with Drew McIntyre didn't do so well, so I hope with Rey Mysterio he is a final chance. If not, yeah, he's mostly gonna be a jobber. So that's my opinion. Anyway, okay then. Tegan Nox versus AgostoAllElite. AgostoAllElite defeated Tegan Nox as part of a gauntlet match prior to the holidays. Despite that, Lee claimed that she was sick and tired to see others jump in her line. Friday, she looks to defeat Nox for the second week in a row. History did not repeat itself, though, as Nox overcame Lee's ferocity to score the victory. The match was descriptive, but they can't be attributed to the lack of time received. Nox looked good in her limited appearance, and she definitely needed a win. She is a super talented individual who works at NXT against Dakota Kai, spoke for herself. Lee received a mini push following her return to television, but took a step back here. So, yeah, as Triple H continues to establish so creatively, one of the biggest unsolved puzzles is the SmackDown Women's division, which are the talented individuals he sees as top stars where each woman fits in. However, it figures it out relatively quick because it feels like on a treadmill from a booking perspective. So, yeah, alright, AgostoAllElite, we don't know, but she is a top woman. And the women's submission in SmackDown is like a unsolved puzzle something. So yeah. Bray Wyatt's promo. How far did Uncle Howdy's attack on Bray last week put the former champion? Yeah. Let's go. Alright, before that we need to talk about Uncle Howdy. Like Bray and Uncle Howdy. How that fit? Like how do you oh yeah, that guy, like Bray Wyatt's brother, Rotunda. Bo Dallas, yeah, he's playing Uncle Howdy, for those who don't know. Now, honestly, I don't know if that's going to help Howdy and help, like Bo Dallas' long term. But anyway, I don't know, so let's go to the promo. So yeah, enough to awaken his dark passenger. He has enough to fend, honestly, since his return. There was the brown rocky chair. There was callbacks to his time with the Wyatt family. There was a familiar warning issue his Rumble opponent will LA Knight run. This was honestly interesting. Things appear to be picking up rather quickly after weeks of segments that did little to advance the story. The Wyatt saga has ramped up things significantly, thanks in part to the emergency of Uncle Howdy, and effects he had on either of the worlds. Knight is going to get swallowed up, beaten decisively at Rumble. It will be most interesting to see how Venus steps Wyatt things as a result of Howdy's influence. So, yeah. I see at the Royal Rumble with Howdy, Bray Wyatt, Eli Knight, whatever, involving Evolving. It was basically like I see at the Royal Rumble like Uncle Howdy, Bray, like Drake evolving them together, evolving like you having a guy from Ring of Honor appearing to join the Wyatt family. I see this happening. So yeah. Alright, let's go to Liv Morgan versus Rachel Rodriguez. Alright, is Liv Morgan versus Rachel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan's determination to prove she can eliminate opponents and win the Royal Rumble decided to perceive the size advantage lead to her showdown with Raquel Rodriguez. The ferocious Morgan took the fight to Rodriguez and was faced by her opponents, like her large opponents, appeared posed to splash through her table ringside. Unfortunately for Morgan, ourselves cost her as Rodriguez followed the table, swatted her out of air, and delivered a Chego bomb for the win. Much is made out to Morgan requesting the number 1 spot in Rumble, but it's not been confirmed. She had to enter the match in that number. The match was a nice advertisement for the idea of a small competitor overcoming a large opponent in that particular match. It continues Morgan downward and sent to losing the SmackDown Women's Champion. It was nice though. It was an indication that with a creative member knew we were ultimately heading. When I may be uncertain, one thing is not. Triple H loves Rodriguez and clearly sees as a major part of the women's division's future, and evidence how heavily she's been pushed. So yeah, Kevin Owens, the main event. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. So Roman sent Sami Zayn to take care of his Kevin Owens problem Friday night. Later in the match, it appeared that though was exactly what he thought he would have his long-time friend. Professional enemy set up for the heel kick instead of executing for the win. He watched as the Usos and Skills solo hope Gabriel beat Owens down. Qualification. Jimmy J delivered a 1D for placing it on the down stage for his cold splash to oblivion. The show went off the air. Zayn hesitatingly joined his teammates' celebration, looking dismay on his face. This was more extraordinary work from all involved when it became one of the best storylines WWE ever produced in years. The use of Skolo were set by Roman Reigns, not only stuff by Owens ahead of Rumble, match title match, but also prevent Zayn from beating him. Why? Because Reigns' fragile ego has stand on Ray Uso doing something he's not sure he can do by himself. So, for the first time, Zayn looked like a man questioning his tribal chief's decision. He had a win in hand. It would have meant the world to him. Why ruin it? Maybe there was a little more than a pawn. A pawn used to set Owens up for a beating. A pawn rather than a trusted ally Reigns. The more he finds out conversation and sign up for himself, Zayn might book be the biggest babyface of pro wrestling. I hope that to be. Let's make that happen. So let's make it happen, Triple H. You have one chance. But, Vince might fuck things up. We don't know with Vince, so. Yeah, that will come later in the news stories with Bernard K. Like, after this recap Rampage, I will introduce to Bernard K. Okay, we're going to the Rampage recap show now. Darby Allin versus Drew Robinson, TNT Championship. Allin and Robinson were ready in the ring when the show began so that they could ride the action with the TNT title match. Robinson used his side to bully Allin at first, routing him, taunting him with that kind of stuff. An older brother might use to breast his younger brother. The former New Japan man say dominated the early minutes of the match, especially when they took out the fight out of the ring, used the barricade, steel steps to inflict as much legal damage as possible. This bout was destined to do things. It was meant to make Robinson look like a tough competitor. It was meant to make Allin look like a champion. It accomplished both goals while delivering some decent action along the way. The finish saw Allin countering a suplex into a Scorpion Death Drop before hitting the coffin drop for the win. The final sequence easily beat the part of the match. So yeah, Darby Allin got to retain the title, got the victory against Juice Robinson. So next week we'll have Darby Allin Dynamite against Kushida. So can't wait for that. Now the Books of Hobbs segment continues. Will Hobbs spoke about the Phoenix rising from the ashes in the Book of Hobbs. He broke his neck and took his ashes spread over everyone he hurts in AEW. So that's building towards Hobbs taking the title for Darby Allin and becoming the TNT champion. So yeah, that's mostly there to that. I'll just give you the heads up. The Acclaim segment, let's go there. Renee Paquette introduced the Acclaim for their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Masscaster rapped about Gavin Newsom scandals, Joe Biden hiding documents, and not selling out for blood money. WWE Saudi Arabia cell reference. The Gun Sons erupted the ceremony. They claimed to be bigger stars. The other races claimed it more popular. They stole daddy ass. Billy tricked the boys so the Clay could pull down their pants and Billy could shove them into wet cement. So this was a weird segment. It was a good segment regardless. Yeah. So yeah, I see the Clay versus the Guns at Revolution for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That is I see coming out of this. So maybe I see more of it. So Miracle Affiliate segment. Let's go to there. Swerve Strickland's plans for 2023 are going to be most violent, gruesome in AEW. I can't see waiting more of it. Basically, we're going to have the mogul influence going dominate AEW 2023. So cannot wait. You have to go through a key fleet, so it's important. So yeah. Eddie Kingston Ortiz versus Kings of Black Throne. When Buddy Matthews isn't around, Black and King are known as Kings of Black Throne. They were in action this week against Kingston Ortiz. Ortiz went after the cage to get the match started. The big man sold most of the offense, took him down on his knees, one big shot. Kingston Ortiz was a lot of animosity throughout the match, so King had a clear advantage. That doesn't mean Kingston Ortiz didn't put up a good fight, though. These four men were all known for being great fighters. This was a big match filled with stiff shots. They had bumps. They worked butts off to make their fun. The crowd gave them great reactions to return. Hart and Matthews ran down to the ring with a chair, but Kingston cut them off. Hart pretended like Kingston was going to hit her with the chair, then it caused Ortiz to get in his face. The distracted caused Black to score for the win for his team. We got the Jade Cargill segment now. Oh, before that, yeah, there is a situation between Ortiz and Eddie Kingston, so I don't know what's planning to go for at Revolution, so that's a big matchup. Jade Cargill segment, let's go there. Jade Cargill claimed Red Velvet, Red Velvet. She claimed Red Velvet being a bitch towards Jade Cargill, basically like that. It's basically saying that Jade Cargill, that Red Velvet is jealous of Jade Cargill for being a bitch and turning on Jade Cargill. It's mostly like that. It's like that basically that Jade Cargill made Leah Gray a bigger star than Red Velvet could ever be. So Red Velvet is now officially out of the baddies. That is a Jade Cargill segment. It's basically Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill and next Dynamite Special or Revolution. I see it for Dynamite Special. I don't see it for the match for Revolution. I don't see it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want. Now we go to the Paul Walter Hauser segment. So Paul W. Hauser was in the ring with Renee with the Golden Pepper Grinder. That's the Golden Goblin Forward. He talks about his love for professional wrestling at AEW. Ed Danhausen hyped himself as one of the number one merchandise seller at AEW, but wasn't given an award. He wanted to take Hauser's award. Enter Jack Jarrett. Jay Lethal saw Jay Dudley to set up Cinder up. Hauser mouthed off, so Jarrett hit him in the head with a guitar. Lethal threatened to smash Danhausen with a Golden Globe. So Orange Cassidy, the best friends, came around the scene to even the odds. The bad guys bailed. Lethal left an award. So the segment, I think, is leading to started the feud between the best friends and Jack Jarrett and Lethal and Jay Dudley something. That's the fear we're starting and going forward. So that's fine with us. So yeah, that's most of the feud. Alright, the main event. Anna Jay, Tay Melo versus Ruby Soho and Will Nightingale. The most bloodiest main event you ever seen. Let's go to it. Tay and Jay were able to get the past stage for Soho and Nightingale attacked them from behind to get the action going. Ruby is Willow to challenge the Dudleys with their camo pants. Soho even told her party to get the tables like just Devon used to do with Bubba Ray. This never came close to being a wrestling match. It was a fight start from finish. They used wrestling, drew blood, fought all over their ringside, with Jay and Melo having a lot to live up to be a straight fight. You see that all women were dedicated to make this full performance. They packed a lot of match in the match, and definitely a kind of thing you need to set. So all four women put maximum effort to make this a bloody brawl. Any ECW legend we're proud of. This is basically a message, a tribute to the Dudley Boys, so mostly like that. And ECW, it's like a tribute to ECW. After hitting Destination Unknown under the pile of attacks, Soho covered Melo to score the win. So honestly, if you don't like blood, then don't watch. Because if you don't like fucking blood, women's bleeding and matching wrestling, then don't fucking watch wrestling. You crybabies, you like WWE. They don't let women bleed. You're fucking retarded. Women's wrestling is a lot better with blood. So if you got a fucking problem with blood, with women bleeding with blood, and honestly, f off. My opinion. Goodbye. Whatever. Honestly, Rampage was the better show than SmackDown. SmackDown had one good story with the Usos, Zayn, Kevin Owens, but SmackDown was a boring show. But Rampage was the better of SmackDown, the better show. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that was Rampage. Now, before we get to the news stories, I'm going to introduce you to Walter K. Or oh yeah, I forgot his name. Walter K. Wait, what's his name again? I'm sorry, it was Bernard K. My co-host. I mistake. It's Bernard K. I'm going to introduce him right about now. Hello, hello everyone. This is my new partner Bernard K. He's with me here today.
Oh,
So
yes,
now,
yes.
mm-hmm. So now, before we get to the stories, I want to introduce you to Bernard K. He has joined me for the podcast. He'll probably be here in the future, more on my podcast, my co-host. So say hi to Bernard K. Everyone. Introduce yourself,
Uh,
Bernard. Can you introduce yourself, Bernard K?
yeah, I am a longtime wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan for 28 years. It's going to be next month, actually. I love wrestling. I've been going to a lot of wrestling shows. I started wrestling during the Attitude, but during the Monday Night Wars, actually. Um, during Stone Cold, Shawn Michael days, Bret Hart. Um, and WCW to WWF, ECWs. Been collecting a lot of wrestling stuff, meet a lot of wrestlers. I always like wrestling, and I've been watching a lot of wrestling shows. Still I am, and I talk about a lot. So this is the amazing opportunity right here to talk about on here. So
That's good.
I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity. So.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's start. Let's start with the news stories we promised. All right, let's start with Stardom to allow cheering at the February 4th show, first time since pre-pandemic. On February 4th, Stardom will present their Supreme Fight pay-per-view event in Osaka, featuring the first World Stardom Championship defense, Mangila, who will take on her prominent Suzuki in a match that leads to further the personal rivalry between the two former Ice Ribbon stars. It is now appears that the match quality heated rivalries will be the only thing to look forward on the Stardust Supreme Flight fight, as Giller recently revealed at Bushiroad 2023 presentation that vocal crowd noise will be allowed at the event, marking the first time that has been the case for the company since before the pandemic begins. So Stardust has gone from strength to strength throughout the pandemic, delivering countless high-quality pay-per-view events, as well as considerably bolstering their roster. Thus, fans were looking forward to finding vocalizing the support for their favorite roster members at the show in Osaka, as well as the World of Stardom Championship match. Saya Kayati will also be putting her Wonder of Stardom Championship up against Momo Wannabe as he looked to break the defense record held by Wannabe herself. Set up Nahashi Yuhu's yes to defend their Goddess of Stardom Championship against Maka Hikama, and Konami will once again return to the ring. The team is severe against Mayumi Iwani and a partner of her choosing. So, what's your thoughts on this?
Wow. I that is going to be a great match. It's really it's going to be a great match on that. It's really hard for me to keep up with Japan stuff, but it's in in the Japan match. I'm expecting it to have a 5-star match, but yeah, I'm expecting that to be an epic match. Next month. But it's really hard for me to comment on that one. I haven't really keep up with the Japan one lately. I'm going to start watching Japan shows. Um, but regarding to that, I'm expecting that match to be best match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Vince McMahon returns reportedly leaves WWE talent worried about potential cuts. Vince McMahon has returned to WWE, pushing out three former board members in order to head up the pursuits for a sale of the company. First reported by Wall Street Journal, it was said that Vince McMahon would return in order to oversee a sale of WWE. As the time to negotiate TV deals for WWE approaches, you can read more about the breakdown of the original WSJ article from Wrestling Purists. You go to that.com, you'll read more of it. But while the extent of Vince's role backstage remains unknown for now, that has not stopped the current WWE talent from fearing the worst. Though these worries are not unfounded, as WWE has been hit with large waves of layoffs, cleans during the pandemic, while Vince was in charge, while some released wrestlers have made their way back to WWE in time since others have gone to AEW or worked independent promotions. So what's your thoughts on this?
I think Vince McMahon should stop being cheap. Um, I think Vince McMahon should stop being cheap and focus on getting wrestlers and more wrestlers to the WWE.
What
And he's more worrying about money for himself right now and during the pandemic. And another thing I don't understand is the last couple of days is him talk that you haven't talked about the sales going on, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to talk about that also. Him and Saudi Arabia thing.
Yeah.
Uh, so first off, is that if he sells the WWE to Saudi Arabia, he will not walk in the street. All the fans will lose respect towards him because they're afraid that the fans will lose everything because they don't know what Saudi Arabia is going to do with the WWE. And the superstars in the back doesn't know. They're afraid they'll lose their jobs, and mostly the women wrestlers.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
but you also don't want to blow the roster. Like WWE has one, and AEW pretty much has one at this point. So you also don't want to blow the roster. So what should you do when you didn't want to blow the roster?
They go to ADW. They'll mostly go to ADW. That's what Tony Khan right now and his father right now is doing right now is sitting back and watching WWE crumble. And what they're going to do is that the wrestlers and announcers, broadcasters, and also all the people who work there, they're going to look for jobs. And then what they're going to do is hire them. And I already know that's going to happen. Is to either go to ADW or Impact Wrestling, or I don't think they'll go to NWA, but they'll probably go to work for ADW / Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling, because I know that's how they're going to go down with. Because I've seen some of them already jumping ships already. I know William Regal right now went back to the WWE. I don't know what he's thinking right now, but Stephanie McMahon resigning, and Triple H, I don't know what's going to happen to him, but personally, I think the WWE should stay in the family. Um, I don't know what's going on with Shane McMahon, but when I heard the news about this, and then I heard ESPN and Walt Disney, it's just, I don't know, man. This is like, I don't know what to expect from WWE. All I know is I heard The Rock is interested in this. Um, it's weird. WWE's I don't know, man. It's WWE's going into the 40th anniversary next year for WrestleMania. 30 years of Monday Night Raw. Um, Vince McMahon is showing me if he sells it, it means that he's being greedy and he doesn't care about the wrestling fans. And that's my opinion, but I don't know about anybody else. But I, as a wrestling fan for almost 20 years, but I've been WWF/WWE fan, so it hurts me actually. So I had went through with WCW, so WCW is one thing, but WWF/WWE, I didn't expect him to sell it. So
But yeah, but like, what will happen? Like, fortunately, I don't know if Vince McMahon will sell to Tony Khan and Shaka Khan, because the fact Vince McMahon has this pride thing. Like, if he feels that he's so selling his WWE to Tony Khan and Shaka Khan, that it's him admitting defeat. And know for a fact, Vince McMahon will not admit defeat. He is an interesting individual. He will not admit defeat. If
yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, when he does that, then everybody like who he defeated in the 80s and the 90s and some in 2000 will all like laugh at him, and I was expecting Triple H running the company um even more. I was Triple H was the favorite to take over the company. And, that's what was my guessing a little bit because he has more knowledge. But and Stephanie was Triple H was more knowledge. Shane McMahon left last year, and Triple H was more experience. But I was picturing Triple H buying a company, but I don't picture, and everybody on Facebook is starting to put these little headgear and picturing. I just don't picture Saudi Arabia, and then everybody starts putting Mickey Mouse and WWE, and and everybody's questioning me. Oh, what about Charlotte Flair? What are they gonna do with her if Saudi Arabia buys it? Oh, I couldn't answer it, and I really don't know, and then I absolutely don't know, and I don't know. I'm not in this boat, and then I watched ADW a couple days ago, and then I thought they're gonna make fun of the WWE, but they haven't yet. So
Yeah,
give
yeah,
them a
pretty much.
chance.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's go to the other wrestling other notes. The update on
Yeah, yeah.
Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona, Kylie Ray's WWE status. Since Paul Levesque's appointment as WWE head of talent relations summer last year, the company has made a number of signings ranging from ex NXT stars Johnny Gargano, Karrion Kross, Dakota Kai, the external talent such as Dragon Lee. For interest in New Japan's Tama Tonga, Hikuleo also recently reached the rumor mill. Back in October, the WrestleVotes reported that WWE has significant interest in bringing Chelsea Green back to the company. Report that followed up on a month later. Dave Meltzer, a Wrestling Observer newsletter, revealed their signing was being spoke about as a done deal within the company. Rafa Select did not provide an update on Chelsea Green's WWE status, reporting that she has indeed returned to the company, with her absence from TV thus explained by creative not being there just yet. Fightful, although she had popped up back up in WWE as of yet, Fightful is told not only Justin Green signed to WWE, she has been for quite some time still awaiting creative. We've asked her to come for her personal number of times, but won't happen for obvious reasons. As noted by Fightful, Green recently shut down her OnlyFans page, and Major Pod had to limit the production of Chelsea Green merchandise. Her firming her mid WWE arrival. There was another removed WWE bound name recently is Matt Cardona, formerly as Zack Ryder. Cardona, be a real life husband of Green, has added fuel to the fire when they'll be returning as a pair. However, Fightful has confirmed that it's not officially signed as yet. So this one, Fightful. W sources indicated us that Cardona is not signed, but we should have ruled anything out for the future. Then we got another one for Fightful updates. The status of Kylie Ray, who recently competed on an episode of Main Event as Brianna Ray. Despite a recent appearance on screen for the company, the report indicates that Ray, who competed for AEW in the company's first year, is still currently a free agent. Then here's one more for Fightful. Kylie Ray had a WWE tryout, led to her appearance on WWE Main Event, which led to speculation she had been signed. It has been confirmed that she is now Kylie Ray still a free agent. Time will tell us whether Cardona, Ray, or end officially signed with WWE. As far as Green is concerned, the upcoming Royal Rumble live pay-per-view event seems like appropriate setting to reintroduce her to their women's division. As always, FIFA will aim to provide any updates on the status of Green, Cardona, or any other potential WWE signings that soon be here. So, what's your thoughts on it, Bernard K?
I think it's a great idea to bring them into the WWE, and I mostly see some surprises for NXT. I'm also seeing some surprises from ADW, Dominite, and I've been seeing a lot of surprises that's joining from Japan, and it's a great opportunity from Japan wrestlers coming in to United States, because it's a great to know them better. And there's a lot of Japanese wrestlers, and there are also a lot of American wrestlers as well here, the one you just named. I love the opportunity to see new wrestlers, and including the women wrestlers. And it's time for new people. And as for Twitter page, um, those little fan page, because the WWE doesn't allow them. I think there was an issue with that one. I don't understand what's the deal with that premium page. With that one, but it's just ridiculous. I heard there was a snitch on that one. Um, Premium page, because it's not. I don't. It's her business actually. Well, if you want to own a Twitter page, that's your business. I know they had a problem with that with Twitch.tv. That you're not allowed to have Twitch.tv because you're making money off of that. Because Vince McMahon doesn't want that. But Twitter page, because you're putting a pornographics on that one. Um, and then because a former NXT Women's Champion um um got fired because they didn't like it, and because she's making way too much money on that one. Um, that's I don't. That's her right. She's not violating in WWE. She did. She was carrying NXT 2.0, and that's. I've been watching the NXT. Mostly she was carrying it while the Steiner son was Rick Steiner's son was carrying it also, and they had to change the rules there a little bit. I think they're starting to get strict there. Shawn Michaels is the last thing. Well, he's the last man to start criticizing people about rules. I remember when he was a wrestler, he was breaking rules, and he didn't give a crap. He starts coming on national TV half naked, and so he fired that woman. Manny Rose. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, that's understanding. Alright, let's get to the news. AEW reportedly films angle involving Don Callis at PWG. AEW has a heavy influence on PWG annual Battle of Los Angeles tournament the past weekend or so. Past weekend to include filming some of their own content according to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestlers Over Radio. Kenny's old Mega's manager John Callis was in attendance on night 2 and ended up being around during the final of the tournament. Saw Seaball Mike Bell defeat AEW's Konosuke Takahashi. AEW's cameras were on hand to capture all that, where that appeared to be TMZ's reporters around asking Callis and questions. The Invisible Hand ended up filming an interview with Takahashi when he was confused by Callis' appearance. Takashi's appearance is set for a major push AEW at some point in the future, and Callis has been appearing ringside during his matches since November last year, with the situation at PWG seemingly the next part of his ongoing storyline. So it remains to be seen which air, whether it be on AEW television shows, their streaming shows on YouTube, or just by social media. So Takashi would be an match on Dynamite this week. If Pete against Danielson, Brian Danielson would be a must-win encounter for American Dragon. She wants to earn a shot at the AEW World Championship.
Mhm.
Elsewhere at the PWG Bola events, the entire Jericho Appreciation Society ended up surprising fans with appearance, and they competed in a 10-man tag match when AEW's Bandito suffered a neck injury during his in-ring outings. So, what's your take on it? What's your sense on it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. I like both of them, but I'm picturing Brian Danielson is going to win that one. His momentum's great. Um, I would love to see that Iron Man match, but I like both of them. It's a great opportunity to see those two fight. Actually, I love seeing those two competition. For Daniel Bryan, he looks very very serious fighter. He's very aggressive submission hold. I like his submission, but his opponent, he's very good. I've seen him on YouTube a lot. It's very hard for me to see that because it's in Japan, um, but I seen him in action. But I think both guys will put in a great match. But I don't see Brian Danielson win that. Um, he has a huge momentum. Actually, I don't for him going to the AEW World Title match in March. I see him winning that. But even though those two are going to put in a 5-star match, um, I think both guys are great. But I think he's going to win. Daniels is going to make those two guys are going to be a bloody match.
Yeah. All right, then. What's your take on Don Callis and Konosuke Takashi?
Don Callis. Huh. Oh boy. Huh. Oh boy. Huh. Oh, Don Callis Kanachi. Oh boy. Kanachi is an excellent fighter. Don Callis is a great talker. A manager guy too. Oh boy. I like his opponent. I like the Japanese guy better because he's more great fighter. Don Callis, he's like a more like a talker type. He's like a manager type. I know he used to be a wrestler, but he's like a talker, a manager type. I don't take him seriously. He likes to talk trash on a mic, saying saying that his guy is the best and Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega, well, he is the best, so that's the only thing he is. Kenny Omega is the best, so yeah, Don Callis, I like him as a manager, um, in the commentating world, but I just don't like him as a wrestler. So
Yes, understanding. All right, let's go see other news with Jay White. With New Japan news, with Jay White expected to leave New Japan soon. WWE both reportedly interested. January 4th, main event of New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 17 event, Tokyo Dome. Jay White lost the WGP World Championship to
yeah,
Okada,
I know, I saw
leading
that. Yeah.
to Rage.
Uh, Jay
Can I continue?
White. Jay White.
Can I finish that first?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I
Leads with
knew.
Rage wife, calling out former Hikuleo for betraying him. Follow day, White savage attack Hikuleo, challenging him to lose the Lee's Japan match, promptly speculating regarding both of the futures of the company. Then we got some incidents with Fight Select. They provided an update on Switchblade Jay White's stat and New Japan status. It's revealed his contract will be up soon. WWE and AEW are both interested, although WWE is said to be confident he can secure his signature. Then Fightful Select has learned that Jay White contract is liable to soon. He is suspected to leave New Japan Wrestling, just like the Hikaru. Those of the company, those speaking to both WWE and Elite Wrestling are interested in getting former IWGP World Champion, Heavyweight Champion Jay White. However, WWE sources seem confident in landing him. Then, Fightful clarified Women Report this is far for the official yet near company is able to reach out to White until his deal is up. Until then, there's always possible that he re-signs with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Then we got the official Loser Leaves Japan match is scheduled to take place on Asuka on February 11th. White's opponent, Hikulele, is believed to be the WWE's radar, thus putting the result match out. The preferred Fightful report those on New Japan but also believe that White designed to remain in the States for the time being. White has previously confirmed that WWE were heavily interested in signing him in 2021, while he's listed that WWE has never approached him regarding signing him full time, though he did manage enjoying working with them thus far. It was reported years back that White's latest New Japan contract is set to keep him with the company until 2025. The AEW has interest in bringing him permanently. However, White has since clarified this is not the case, saying that they approached me in some contract. I was on both things 100% false. So then we got more updates. Fightful closed the report knowing that he had reached out to both New Japan. White has his comment on the matter. They haven't yet read each other's side. White undoubtedly was the most talented performer of the modern era. Thus should be departing Japan, be a major coup of whatever company lands him in, as always, waiting to provide any further updates on Jay White's contract status as soon as we hear more. So what's your talk on this?
I don't think Jay White should sign with WWE right now. While there is a partial thinking about sales going on, if he's thinking about joining a wrestling company, I think he should join ADW or Impact Wrestling or any else but WWE right now. Or just hold back from WWE right now until and wait and see what happens because of the rumors going around. I don't think WWE is in the state of mind right now. Or anybody who's looking for going to WWE. Because if they sell to any company, the WWE will just give up the contracts. Um, that's what I personally think. If anybody from Japan wants to come to WWE, is if they in the middle of selling, then it's no point.
Yeah, pretty much a point. All right. Anyway, let's talk. This man Stephanie reportedly issues. Before that, Stephanie Man was decided to resign because of the fact like she wasn't happy with Vince selling to Saudi Arabia and mostly like that. So what's your talk on that?
I think it sucks. I think she was pushed out because of that. She didn't want she didn't want her father to sell it or even negotiating of selling it. She and also the board voted her out, and I think she wanted to stay, but Vince McMahon had the board vote her out, and then he had the guy who's The Rock's friend stay on board, who's sided with Vince McMahon, helping him selling it, and then Triple H stayed there. Then there's a lot of rumors saying that they're gonna try to vote Triple H out probably after WrestleMania. That's gonna be really suck, but um, he's only there until after WrestleMania. Um, that's what I've been hearing, and
I'm fine.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm laughing also because it is a joke. Triple H is a legend, and he should stay on board. And I went to the show in December, I went to SmackDown in Tampa, and the show was okay. It's not bad. And all of a sudden and then all of a sudden he disband. I have no problem with Vince McMahon, but you don't come back and decide that you're gonna take over. That's one thing, but you don't say I'm gonna sell it to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia doesn't like women, and everybody knew what's gonna happen. He's gonna fire every woman in WWE because they only like men. But we already know Sami Zayn's gonna quit, Kevin Owens gonna quit, the Usos gonna quit, majority of the roster is gonna quit. What are they gonna get left? Half the roster is gonna quit and end up going to ADW or elsewhere. And then what's left? Oh, I forgot. Saudi Arabia is gonna bring in their people, and the guy that used to dress like a fucking sorry, the guy that dressed like a weirdo a couple months ago, uh, fasting dress, fancy outfit, is gonna win the Royal Rumble, and so he's gonna end up beating Roman Reigns for the undisputed title, the first ever Arab champion. Everybody's been saying that. It is a joke. Come on. That's not how you do things.
Yeah, pretty much. And, hmm
WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, like it's gonna probably change the name of World Wrestling Arab.
Yes, yes, yeah. Saudi Arabia is like controversial, so the sale will probably happen, but it's gonna be more controversial. It make AEW look good in the eyes of the wrestling fans, both hardcore and
Oh
casual
yeah,
fans.
I don't. I think all the deals that Vince McMahon has, they'll probably be canceled and dropped, and all the things he has international is going to be dropped because a lot of people in international don't like or disagree with Saudi Arabia. That's what's happening in the Middle East, and that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be a major feud is going on, and that's what it's all about. And the WWE and a lot of fans going to lose, and we're not going to be able to attend to the WWE events, and they're not going to be able to show WWE programming on television. It's going to be wherever channel they have over there, wherever headquarters is going to be at. And then the headquarters they just built, that's going to be opening up in March. It end up being teared down, so it's going to be pointless investment. Um, I don't know what to think. I don't know if is it it's a it's fake news from the dirt sheets, or was this one of those stories that Vince McMahon's trying to get ratings for, or trying to get build up his company up to get people to feel sorry for himself? Or I don't know what's going on, but I personally don't know if it is for real, because
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty much. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's what it is. What it is on it at this point.
yep, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's go to news. Apparently, like Nick Khan was talking with the higher ups at Disney and SPN at this week on Monday. Apparently, Nick Khan was having talks with them to get them like to pay out the big money to buy WWE. Because remember, Saudi Arabia is Vince's choice to buy WWE, and Nick Khan wants the other wants, and I think Nick Khan wants he wants Disney or ESPN to buy WWE because he fears that because he feels that that Saudi Arabia should not have WWE. It's not good. It's not a good moral standpoint. It's why Stephanie left WWE. And what will happen to Triple H if Vince succeeds? Like, will he be removed from his booking powers? Imagine Vince McMahon finally succeeds in selling WWE to Saudi Arabia, and then Triple H gets the call, tells him that he's being removed from creative. Triple H, Triple H getting the call that Vince McMahon is taking his place in creative, and Triple H is to leave immediately. Imagine that happening. How do you feel would that happen, Bernard?
Well, then then Triple H is gonna lose his job, and the WWE is gonna be in. It's gonna be in. WWE is gonna be in the toilet because you gotta go back way before Triple H came to the WWE, but that's different time zone. Different. I'm sorry, different times. Uh, different time actually. Didn't change. Vince McMahon had partners back then. He doesn't have partners now. He only had Vince McMahon only has Triple H, and he has his daughter and son, but his son walked out on him last year, and his daughter walked out on him this past weekend, and the only person he has left is his son-in-law. And if his son-in-law gets fired or decided to walk out on him from the WWE, he's all by himself, and he's almost 80 years old. And I know he doesn't have tough decisions to make, but I know the guy who took over the CEO is looking to take over the WWE and take advantage of Vince McMahon and um, Vince McMahon's got to be careful making decisions on his own. He's not the same guy that he was when WCW went out of business or when WCW was on the Monday Night Wars. He's not the same guy anymore. He's doesn't know how to think well. Of Vince McMahon. So yeah, Vince McMahon's got to be careful when he's making decisions on his own. He needs someone to help him making decisions. That's what I think. Um, I think he has problems, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty much. Like,
He thinks that he thinks he still got it. He thinks he knows how to make money, not realizing he's hurting his business and he's hurting himself and is hurting his family as well.
that's pretty much. Let's hope not Vince. Let's
It's
hope
gonna
he
be
doesn't
it's
not
gonna
sell to
be
Saudi Arabia, and
it's
let's hope
gonna
he
be
sells to the ESPN or Disney or Comcast or the Khan family. I'm betting on them as well, so I'm hoping.
well, it's gonna be a family feud because none of his family wants to sell it.
That's true.
His whole family wants to sell. Well, Linda McMahon doesn't have a comment because she's in the politics because Linda McMahon is a quarter of ownership of the WWE since 1982. So she has no comment on that. So if he did sell it, he has to split it with her. So, but I don't. Yeah, nobody in is his kids and his son-in-law doesn't want to sell it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, honestly, like, here's some
Every-
small news. Apparently, like
Everybody's walking away.
Regal's
Everybody's walking away.
original position, like Regal's original position within WWE was going to be like a global president or something. But now it got changed a bit. Now Regal's new position is going to be required to be at all Raw and SmackDown tapings going forward. Appear if it's confirmed by Mike Johnson, a PW insider. He was at another recent tapings this week. He was not at the WWE NXT this past Tuesday this week in Orlando. So what's your thoughts on it? Did Regal got screwed over the deal with WWE, or he left for more money?
Um, I don't know. I don't know what Regal um what he thinks. Um, I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what he thinks at all. Um, I it depends what the deal is behind the scenes. I don't think he got screwed.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah, he got screwed. He probably wanted to be close to his son, but he probably
Yeah,
wanted to have like a 1 day wrestling week a week, like NXT every Wednesday on NXT, and probably
yeah,
that it. But
he's
probably the new contract's making him do
well.
Raw and SmackDown
I
tapings.
don't think he got screwed. I think he trying not to be a wrestler. It's because he can't really do anything until next year. And so in 2024, it states that because what happened with ADW, he's not allowed to be on camera. So they're very limited for him. So he has to stay behind the scenes, away from the camera. So they're only giving him what they could give him. So he's probably only allowed to go on NXT, and I know he's the vice president or president of some group for WWE. I'm trying to look that up later, but I know he got promoted for some position, but already, but he just got there. But I know he's there to support his son in NXT because he was just recruited to NXT brand a couple of months ago. He but the deal was for him is that he's not allowed to be on camera until 2024. So I don't expect him to be on TV until next year. So I got to see what happens from there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, we all know the rumors of Shaka Khan and Tony Khan buying WWE. They try to look for another investor to fill out the money to buy WWE. So what do you think will happen if the Tony or Shaka Khan buys WWE?
Mm,
Would
Well,
they mostly likely keep it separate? If they keep it separate, what will happen? Like a super show? What the super show will be?
oh Lord, oh my God, oh boy, all day today, but he keeps saying that. I just, oh boy, how WWE gets purchased by ADW. If ADW buys WWE, that will become a national news. Um, that's I will be totally shocked. That ever happens. If ADW purchased WWE, Tony Khan and his father would have purchased ADW, Ring of Honor, and WWE. WWE would be the biggest. Um, I just don't picture WWE. But that will raise the bar of ADW if they would have purchased and bring all the superstars over to WWE, over to ADW, and but I don't think anybody wants to go to ADW. But I don't know. I just don't. It's very hard for me to think this. And Eric Bischoff doesn't believe it because Eric Bischoff doesn't like ADW, and I've been listening to Eric Bischoff, and he said that ADW is trash, and Tony Khan does not know how to run the company right, and I don't and I don't see WWE being sold to them. And if you believe this, if Tony Khan purchased WWE, I'll be shocked to see what Eric Bischoff would have say, because Eric Bischoff tried to take out WWE. For ADW to take out WWE, nobody tried to take. Eric Bischoff couldn't do it. It will make ADW look good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty much that could happen. Like Eric
It
Bischoff.
will not happen because I don't see Tony Khan slash his daddy will throw all that money away in one company, because Vince McMahon wants billions of dollars for one company. But I don't picture that, because I don't think anybody have the guts to give up all that money. And just like Dwayne the Rock Johnson doesn't have that money, nobody has billions of dollars, and that's why Vince McMahon is going after Saudi Arabia for money, because he thinks that Saudi Arabia has billions of dollars to throw away. Um, but I just don't picture anybody buying WWE, because no one doesn't have the money to invest a wrestling company for billions of dollars. Um, uh,
Um,
uh, it's not $1 million; it's $1 billion. You gotta be, WWE is a nice company, but people gotta be careful here. WWE is a nice company, but ADW is a new company that started 3 or 4 years ago. I don't think ADW wants to say, "Oh, I'm going to invest all my money in AWWE." It's like saying taking down the WWE. Everybody wants to take down the WWE. Jesus. As soon as everybody heard WWE is putting up for sale, everybody jumps on and saying, "I'm gonna go buy the WWE."
hmm Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah. Okay, this was the AgostoAllElite podcast. Me and Bernard will see y'all next Saturday.